There are a ton of suit powers in Spider-Man PS4, but what are the best ones you can use and use the best when the New Game Plus and new difficulty will hit eventually? Also, there are special tactics to make them even better, so let's take a look at that in this video. If you enjoyed that, then a like would be super appreciated, and let's go. Let's start with one suit power that I know a lot of people use, and you unlock really early on, the Spider Bro, that just like the little spider drones, murder everyone in its path. Okay, not murder, defeat everyone in its path. Difference is though that this suit power not only deals damage, but also electrifies the enemies, so they cannot do anything for a short period of time. So that means that you can easily defeat them and build up that focus without a worry. Interesting to note is that you can even enhance the power of this suit power by using the Battle Tech suit mod that lets gadget attacks generate focus. Every hit from the Spider Bro namely counts as a gadget attack, so you get a ton of focus from the insane amount of damage from the Spider Bro this way as well, meaning that you can do a ton of finishers after each other or heal yourself up without having to throw punches yourself. So yes, totally one of the best suit powers in the game. You get it of course with the Stark suit, but I did change this suit power later on in the game. Like I used the Spider Bro a lot until the end of the main story, when I still had a lot of side content to do, because then I got the Resupply suit power that immediately refills your gadgets when you use them, or actually gives gadgets back when you don't have them anymore. I know I've showed this in a previous video, but just being able to spam impact webs or spider drones makes this game a walk in the park in every encounter, even on the spectacular difficulty. But yes, using this suit power in combination with the impact web and also the trip mine is just the best. Getting into a fight and then immediately shooting all the enemies to a wall, or just when a new wave in the bases spawn. Also great with the familiar rooftop concussive blast tactic, because you can just spam this gadget and have all the enemies fly off the building. Since the gadgets are extremely powerful once fully upgraded, being able to use them without having to worry about them being like empty is insanely powerful. Oh yeah, and by the way, the Battle Tech suit mod is again very powerful in combination with the Resupply, so you get a ton of focus when spamming your gadgets. If you like a more direct approach, so get your hands dirty yourself, then I would recommend the Electric Punch suit power from the electrically insulated suit. That is like the electric web, but on your hands, jumping to another target as well, so you can just focus on one and have the others stunned while you deal a lot of damage. Really nice is that even your ground strike and epicenter skill that you do with the square and X at the same time sends out this electric wave as well, so you can have multiple enemies shocked at the same time. So yes, the suit power is a lot of fun to use and also really strong. One suit power that is now really strong but will very likely be changed in the future is the Web Blossom you of course get from the repaired classic suits. Like I already noted this in a previous video, but James, the community director at Insomniac Games, noted that he wanted to nerf the hell out of this suit power and wanted to ask the developers to do that. And like I said in that video, it's not weird, because in a base and especially a crime, you can defeat all the surrounding enemies with just one suit power activation. You can make this suit power even stronger though with the right suit mod, namely Webbed Striker, that lets web attacks generate more focus. Meaning that if you stand in the middle of a group of enemies, like even in a store robbery, then you get like 3 focus bars back with one suit power, while otherwise you will be happy with 1.5. So totally use this combination if you are a Web Blossom fan, because even with the nerf, I still think it will be a viable option. The iron arms are sadly not that good, like the other suit powers I mentioned here are better, but it still deserves some praise because it does look really cool, even on other suits than the Iron Spider one. I mean, don't get me wrong, the fact that you can hit surrounding enemies and it seems like your damage is increased as well is great, but you are just doing regular attacks without any stuns for the enemies, and the fact that you have to wait for a really long time to get it back doesn't help the suit as well. Let's go to one other suit power. This one has the lowest cooldown, so you get it back like really fast. And this one is also one of my favorites, but there's like no point in using it, only if you want like a good laugh, because I recorded a ton of jokes that are different when used against different enemy factions.
Anyone got Willie's number? I need a +1 for swing dancing.
And there are a lot of them too. Like, I'm always surprised when I hear a new line I never heard before after using the Quip's suit power from the vintage comic book suit like multiple times after each other. Like again, the cooldown is really short. And there you have it, the best suit powers in Marvel Spider-Man and some nice tips on how to make them even better. I can totally see Insomniac touch the Spider Bro as well, or the Spider drones in general. I mean, again, we know that the Web Blossom will be nerfed, but when they do like make changes to the suit powers, like make them better or make them worse, I'll of course let you know here on the channel, so totally subscribe for everything Spider-Man PS4. Before we go, I of course take a look at some awesome pictures that you send me. Like, I got a ton every day, so thanks for that. You send yours to my Twitter at JorRaptor with the SpiderRaptor hashtag, or via Instagram JorRaptor, you can send them as well. And don't worry if you have the idea that I did not see your picture yet, because again, there are a ton, I will get there eventually. Also, don't send me more than 4 and no story spoilers, and also no spoilers of that final suit you get at the end of the game, because I will not show them anyway. We start this video off great with Stuart, who sent a photo with Spider-Man like looking at his hands that punched down a ton of prisoners. You immediately like see what happened here, thanks to the many bodies on the ground that are also on top of each other. Spider-Man in the center there, really well done shot. We just touched on the Iron Spider suit with the iron legs, and Seth Boyle made a brilliant picture of that combination during night with Spider-Man sitting on a satellite. I love the lights from the eyes of the suit and how the legs just fit inside the shot like perfectly, really nice one. Thanks to the photo modes, we already knew how detailed the suits in this game are, and now we got Chasm, who shows an amazing reflection of the city in the spider from the Secret War suit. It's also a little different from the other pictures that I normally show at the end of my videos, so well done, Chasm. First time we get some Spirit Spider love at the end of these videos, thanks to Michael with a very detailed picture of this skeleton spider suit when punching in the water from the looks of it. Just a great use of the focus distance and the aperture. Nice shot. Again, subscribe for way more photo highlights and Spider-Man PS4 videos. Drop a like to support the channel. Check out my recent Spider-Man video with a boss that is watching you. And I will speak to you next time. Goodbye.